Hello and welcome to another firefly beading tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make two different types of simple tassels. They are going to look like this, just something with a little string on top, or one with a little jump ring on the top. If you're going to do this ring method, you're going to need some pliers similar to this, and I'm using a 12mm open jump ring. But to start off, we're going to start with this tassel. And the cording I'm using today is a 1mm nylon cording, but this method of tassel making will work with most of anything you have. The measurements I'm using for this 1mm cording though are 9 feet and then 1 foot and then another 1 foot to make this particular tassel. So 9 feet, then 1 foot, then 1 foot. You can keep them all the same color, or you can use different colors like I am. You're also going to need something similar to a business card to make your tassel on. So the first thing I'm starting is with my cord down. This is using the 9-foot spool of cording I have. So my cord's down, and I'm going to begin by just wrapping it around and keeping it all within one little section here. And when I get to the end here, I want both my ends to be facing down. So we started with the first one facing down, and now I want this last one to also be facing down towards the bottom. So I'm just gonna move some things around until I get this to where I need it, and this looks good. If it didn't reach like this and I want them facing down, then I would just end it like this with a longer piece, and that's fine. But for this instance, I can wrap it almost all the way around again. So once you've got everything facing down, all ends facing down, you're going to use the 1 foot piece. I'm using the black one here. This is going to be the top of our tassel. So you're going to feed it underneath the top layer of cords here. And you're going to pull it to about the middle, and then you're just going to create an overhand knot. So at this point I could pull my tassel off, or I could do the knot on top of the business card, and I'm just going to keep mine on the business card now, but I could have slid it off. So I'm just doing a little overhand knot as if I were tying my shoe right now. I'm just going to kind of pull it tight, and then I'm going to put a double knot over this. So this is just another overhand knot. I've doubled it up now so it'll be stronger, so I'm going to pull that down and pull tight. This nylon cording is a little slippery at first, so I'm just having to pull pretty tight on a lot of this. And then I'm going to pull my tail back down to where it needs to go. And now I'm going to slip this off of the business card. And again, I could have slipped it off after I had put that initial cord through and then tied my knot on there. Either way works. So I'm just going to position my knot to the top, pull my threads together, make sure I grab the right thread. Let's see, I've got to find, there's one long piece, that's a tail, I need to put that down, and let's see, yep, okay. So I'm going to pull both of my cords together here that were my extra 1 foot piece. And at this point I'm going to do an overhand knot as well. So I'm going to go over my fingers and through. And I'm going to make this, you can make this area as long as you want. I'm going to pull it to about 1 inch from the top of the tassel, maybe 1/2 inch. Make that knot tight, and then cut off the excess tails. So now we've got the top of our tassel here. So now we're ready to do our little wrap here to hold the tassel together. I'm using the blue for this, but you can use the same color that you created the base tassel with. So I'm going to create a loop with a long tail and a short tail. I'm going to point the loop down, have my short tail on the right side, my long tail on the left side. And I'm going to pinch the loop and start to wrap the tail around at the top, pulling kind of tight. And then I'm going to work my way down. So I'm making coils going down towards my loop. And I'm probably going to do about 5 right here. So I've got 4 and 5. I'm going to pull it all kind of tight here. Of course, it depends on the cording you're using. This nylon, it can be a little bit tricky to work with. So I'm going to pull that long end through that loop and then gently pull my short tail. Pull a little bit on the long and gently keep pulling that short tail. I've got to pull kind of tight though to get this inside of this nylon here. But basically I want to work the knot up underneath my wraps, and when it's nice and tight, so I pulled it in using a tool, and when it's nice and tight and inside the middle there, you can see it's right in here, right in the middle, so it's hidden. I'm gonna cut off my tails. My scissors are kind of big for this. I don't have the best fabric scissors for this, but something that you can pull in tight. If this were the same color, I could leave this long tail here, but it's not the same color, so I want to cut this off as close as you can. You really don't want to see any little ends. You could see some little nubs where I just cut. Again, this would be, having better scissors available would be nice. But we've got our wrap done. And now you can just cut across the bottom, or to kind of help with this is a trick where you put a piece of tape. All I've got is painter's tape, but you can use you know, regular Scotch tape if needed. And you're just going to wrap it around the bottom. And this will kind of help hold the tassel in place as you cut. And all I'm going to do is just simply cut across on the tape like this. Pull off the tape and check everything. I'm going to need to just update a few of these little fringes here. And in the end, we have something similar to what we made before. Now, the next one we're going to make has a jump ring above it. So again, I'm using a 12mm jump ring. And those 2 pliers are definitely a plus. Okay, we have again 9 feet of cording, and then only 1 foot of cording. So instead of having the 2, we just have 1. So again, you're going to start with a tail down and begin wrapping everything around. So this tail is going to be a little bit longer there, but that's okay. Everything's pointing down. So now I'm going to open my jump rings. Well, my jump ring. I'm going to anchor with one hand and twist with the other one. I need the opening to be a bit bigger than this, so let me just twist a bit more. And now what we want to do is try to fit all of our top cordings inside of this ring. So I'm going to lift everything up and try to feed this jump ring through. Looks like everything is in there. Just want to double check. And now I'm going to close it up. So again, I'm going to anchor with one hand and then twist with the other until everything is flush. So now I'm ready to slip it off of the card here. Pull my ring up, and I'm going to try to hide that opening underneath. So I just twisted my ring around and now it's underneath everything. So then again, I'm going to grab my 1 foot cording piece here, make a loop, put my loop down, and again I'm going to wrap around the end kind of tight. So 1, 2, all the way down. I want it to match my other one, and then when I get to the bottom, I'm going to put my end through the loop and pull my short end until it goes under. Kind of pull both ends until you get it snug in there, and then cut off your tails. And again, we're going to do the trick with the tape, kind of check everything. I accidentally did too many coils. I was distracted, too many coils on this one, but ideally you would want this to match because I'm going to make these a pair of earrings. So ideally I would want these black wraps to match. One's a little bit bigger, but now we're ready to put on some earring hooks if you want to turn these into earrings. And with these ball ends, I'm just going to simply twist open, slip on my ring, and close everything up. So again, I'm going to twist open, slip on the ring, and close it up flush. And there we have it, a pair of tassel earrings, go heels, and then some extra little guys that we made here for necklaces or whatever. If you've got little tails like this, with the nylon you could take a lighter and very carefully run this little nub against the flame, but you have to be very careful doing this. Again, ideally you would like some sharper scissors that can get in to be more precise. But that just fixes everything up a bit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like or subscribe to our channel to learn more creative techniques like this. Happy beading from us at Firefly.